Boom! We are off with another episode of Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, here with my boy, Everybody Dance Now, it's Zach Elias. What's up, buddy?
How are you? Maryland is for crabs.
Yeah, Virginia's for lovers.
I got crabs in Maryland. That's the shirt.
You make it, I'll buy it. That's all I can do.
Give you one of those. We should be making shirts.
Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. Tuesdays, we do it live. Saturdays, we post it later. We had a huge bump in listenership in the last couple of weeks. So we appreciate huge, really big listenership. It's a really good show.
It is.
That's a little Ed Sullivan.
We have the biggest listeners, all the best listeners.
We appreciate that people are sharing these episodes. We appreciate that you're giving us good ratings because we want you, the next time you're going mini golfing, turn to the 4 ahead of you, turn to the 4 behind you, and say, I have a great podcast for you, because we like when people love us, but we love when people hate us.
If you're mini golfing, just put it on and crank the volume up and play it so everybody around ambient hears it. Get some good buzz going.
Zach, got a great episode planned for today, but before we get into it, why don't you tell everybody why you are drinking?
All right. Don't hate me. It's another dose of keys, but I've got shows that I'm watching. I've got new stuff. I feel so guilty.
Okay. Do you know I could not care less about half of the things?
The 350 that downloaded last week are very needy of me to get new beer.
I think that's really funny.
What are you drinking there?
Well,
you're painting your masterpiece over there.
You know, when I go to the Total Wines and I walk down the beer aisle, half the time I'm looking, and I keep running into this problem where I think I need to just close my eyes after I find a couple of beers, because then I keep looking and then I'll pass something and go, oh, that's pretty cool. And then I walk to the end of the aisle and go, oh, I'm going to regret it. Let me just go back. And
so
this was
you seem to be going to Total Wine a lot. Do they know you at the register at this point?
No, but they always ask if I have a number or want one, and I go, I don't come here enough. And I think the lady rolled her eyes at me last time.
She goes, no, absolutely not, Mr. Snyder.
It's Dr. Snyder.
On your credit card, you self-indulgent.
From the Peak Organic Brewing Company, 4.6% ABV, Maine blueberry sour ale, tart, crisp, and fruity. Ooh. You ready for it? Sweet tarts.
Not bad.
I got a 6 of it. I saw it. I was like, yeah, this is going to go in my...
You guys dressed from fish.
I can't believe you know that.
I know things.
I think we just became best friends.
I know, you just came.
Release the Kraken. I cannot believe you knew that.
I know things. Guy was a fucking dress on stage.
The drummer.
Mm-hmm.
Zach, I'm curious. Did you follow any of the backlash from Jerry Seinfeld giving a commencement speech about 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, until several people told him to hold my beer, but we'll get to my guy in a second.
Well, I heard it, and I sat down and I listened to it. And Seinfeld gave a speech at Duke University, who people who went to Maryland seem to hate. I grew up watching Duke. I guess I don't love them, but whatever. It is what it is. We're not even in the same conference anymore. Mm-hmm. I listened to the whole thing. It was really, really good. I don't think you and I are ever going to have the chance to give a commencement speech. I hope at some point that I have that ability. I listened to this whole thing, and I was just blown away. Couldn't get over how thoughtful he was, how funny he was, how appropriate he was, and the people who booed him, I didn't get it. I think it was just
go to Duke.
Get out of here.
Like, why? He was like NYU, at Queens College. That I don't get. Why get some guy who's a random celeb who didn't go there? Yeah, fine, he's a big star, but like, he's not from Carolina. He didn't go there. He probably doesn't know much about it other than Bobby Hurley. Why him?
You go with Bobby Hurley and not Christian Laettner?
I went Bobby Hurley.
From?
Slaps the floor. What?
From?
I don't know. Probably the PG County.
No, I think he's from Newark. He's a Jersey kid. That's their claim to fame.
They're all for Jersey kids.
It's because he's a big celebrity, and why not? I had the Under Armour guy do my commencement. I think him getting Seinfeld was amazing, and I listened to it, and I just want to say that I think you and I could do a commencement speech.
I really do. Your wedding.
Okay. So we talked
It's not
about this in
rocket
advance.
science.
I asked you flat out, do you want to know today's topic? And you said, no, I'm better shooting off the cuff. Well, the way it works is you get to give 3 pieces of advice in your commencement speech when you are, we blow up in what, 5-10 years, maybe even less. Well, University of UMass, or say UMass Amherst, is going to invite you to come speak. Zach, please give them 3 things that they should know moving forward as they move on into the world.
Outside of plastics, only Ron Katz got that one. Jackie Chan did hers. Beat that. That's amazing. 3 pieces of advice. Honest advice: don't rent forever. Somehow figure out a way to get a starter home. It's the best way to get wealth in this country.
That's your first one?
Number 1, figure it out, guys.
You know Dave Ramsey, that's literally his pearl of wisdom.
What?
Pay off your house. Buy a home and pay it off as soon as possible.
Don't buy shit you can't afford. Stupid.
Are we going with 2? That's your second?
Part of 1.
Okay, it can be like a concept and then you can expand.
So, okay, if you're expanding, don't let your body go. Don't get fat. Keep yourself together. Yeah, absolutely. Like, just stay in some sort of shape. Ron Katz, that might go for you because I've heard that you went to too many theaters and not the gym. So he claimed. But he's looking all right. I still would. Anyway, what else? Have fun. Perpetually. Make sure that you don't become one of these workaholic lunatics who has a $60 million funeral. Some Caddyshack. Have fun in your life. Life is too short, and unless you actually are curing cancer, your job's not that important. Just have some fun. There's my advice. What do you got there, Playboy?
Well, let me now tell you the 3 concepts that he said to these people. And again, he expanded and hit some punchlines too. But number 1, bust your ass.
Okay.
Number 2, pay attention, which I thought was a very interesting one. And he expands a lot bigger than this. And number 3 was fall in love, which is kind of like, don't hate Mondays, don't love Fridays.
He struck half the city until he was 40-something.
But when he first said that, when I was first listening, it was like fall in love. I was like, and that's what you picked? But I think he means more with what you do and who you are. So I didn't want to copy what he said. And I had to really stop and think, and these are actually things that I have said to students when I've had them. Ready for my big words of wisdom? Number 1, care less. And I really mean that because people care way too much about so many things. And you're just going, I have patients, Zach, that I just worked with on this past week, and they're not going anywhere. It's not going to end up very well. If they see Christmas, we're doing really, really good stuff. And the occupational therapist is like, I really think we can Mr. James up. And I'm like, he's on 5 liters of oxygen through a nasal cannula and can't walk to the kitchen. What? I can't say to them, stop caring. But when you turn and go, you can't fix the world, care less. I really do mean that.
I had another manager in my office say, I can stop dying on this hill. And my answer was, thank you. That was I just care less. Exactly. It happened last week.
Number 2, which it's kind of generic, and I do mean this. Hear me out. Laugh more. And what I mean by laugh,
have fun, but yeah.
But when I say that, I guess I was thinking more in the context of not taking things so seriously. In that, how many times have I gone to a sports game and people go, oh my God, I can't believe do you know how many times it's ever escalated? And the first thing I do is go, dude, I don't care. It's a sports game and it's never gone past there. Nobody's looking for a fight. Nobody wants to. Just seriously laugh more about stuff because, and I say this all the time and I challenge anybody. If you don't have my phone number, you can't hurt my feelings.
But I do have your phone number.
And you do hurt my feelings.
Have I ever actually? Amazing. Terrific.
Nah, not so much. And the last one, which has been my New Year's resolution more than once, this isn't so nice. Lower your expectations. If you keep dreaming, and it's not that you shouldn't dream big, it's that when you expect something or expect things out of people, you're just setting yourself up for failure. You have to create your own success in life. And I mean this, class of 2028, University of Maryland, go Terps. But you know what really kind of bothered me in the Seinfeld speech, which I hope you do go back and listen to. He added all these little quips that are very inside jokes to Duke. It's life isn't as hard as opening the door at blah, 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 and everybody laughs because it's clearly some bar on campus that has heavy doors. I'm thinking, he doesn't know that. He just asked people.
Did he make a lacrosse team joke?
I would
have.
So with that, Zach, calling this episode 230.
Or the Duke porn star. She's good too. I forgot her name. She had a name.
Jewniversity. Episode 230, Jewniversity.
Jewniversity. Did you make that up?
I thought I did, but I don't
Very
ever
good.
know. Right?
Very good.
Well, as we discussed offline,
Well,
we had a huge bump in downloads 2 weeks ago. Maybe it's because of the anti-Semitic world.
Well, now that the Iranian guy died in an accident, we're half our viewership is down. That guy was big into us.
Speaking of accidents, I was about to say maybe he died in Jewish lightning.
Might have been.
At this point, I'm just calling Dean Kramer that, and I don't care. I don't care if it's an inside joke.
Oh, I pitched him once and he got rocked.
He's been lights out ever since. But as
Is
I was
that
saying,
his nickname, or you make that up for him too?
I made that up for him, and I'm calling Jackson Holiday Baby Reindeer, and it's a joke inside my house, and now you know.
Like, why don't you tweet it to Dean Kramer and make it a thing?
It seems thirsty. I'll do it because you said something.
It seems thirsty. You are the king of thirst. You text me if I don't give you a ah ha ha. Why don't you tweet him and make make shirts? Jewish lightning with his face on it.
Okay, let's
with
talk
a
about
lightning
this.
bolt in his thing on a star somewhere. Like not
Stay
here,
with
but
me.
elsewhere.
You appreciate Jewniversity. Well, get ready for a bunch of episodes with a lot of puns in it because for whatever reason, the algorithm pushed us to people and our show grew a lot. So get ready for a lot of that. Julia,
are growers.
I don't know if I said it in the car or if she said it, but she just said, I go, yeah, we could just call the next episode Jew 'em Down. And she goes, that could be the name of your show. I went, that could be the name of our show. Which, Zach, I had to Google it. I got a lot of responses. Is that our word or is it bad altogether?
What? Jew?
Jew 'em down.
As like an adjective?
As if let's just say I put that out there, or let's just say our name was Jew 'em Down. We changed his name altogether.
It's not great.
You say not great.
I got yelled at out of nowhere early in the day when I had a few Chardonnays the night before by someone's mother, not going to say who, for saying that term. I don't like that.
You had a couple too many Chardonnays?
The night before I got bombed. Not real Chardonnays beers. But
my mother doesn't drink Chardonnay.
No, not real Chardonnays beers. But like, yeah, at the boat before boat day, I said that to Samantha, and out of another country heard from the peanut gallery mother. I don't like that word. Meanwhile, she was on the floor. I don't remember what the reference was, but yeah, she didn't find it funny at all and gave it to me like face to face, like a manager and umpire. She was right at my grill. I do think I'm going to reserve Jew 'em Down for the title, most likely if I ever go on tour or something. Like if we did a BYD traveling tour, we would call it the Jew 'em Down tour. Or
agreed?
Jew them up like it's inspired.
Jew 'em up? How much for that bagel and cream cheese? I will give you $3 extra.
Yeah, just like get the crowd pumped up, J them up.
Really good.
Yeah.
Zach, the NFL schedule came out, which I went through your teams. I went through my games. I got to be honest. We did that shot thing last year, and I don't know if I like my chances this year.
Our schedule's really soft. We have a million night games. Meanwhile, we also have a geriatric quarterback, and I don't know who our backup is. So
I do. It's Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah, his ribs. Good luck. Who's a real backup? Some guy.
Okay.
Yeah, right. So
we are going to have to figure out some type of thing for
I might do it again because it was fun, even though I got my tits lit.
You are. Now, what if I told you I had a counter proposal? Because you had mentioned something off air, and I said, well, it's like the age old, like, how much to get the job done for that? What if I told you I was taking shots out of one of these? For the
Oh my God! You bought that? It came in that time span. You paid extra for the shipping, didn't you?
It's Amazon, dude. I was listening to the episode the next day. Now, it came, I don't know, 3 days ago, and I've had some chance to play with it. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. I have this thing currently filled with water. I will do a test shot for you right now live on air. Yeah. Here's the issue. I've done 5 squirts of this thing into a cup, poured it into a shot glass. It maybe gets halfway. I don't think.
It's so the sure joy of doing it.
Go over. This was the easiest thing ever to find. You don't want to know what I typed into the search bar to get there, but it was like
Asian boy pees mouth. Yeah, pretty much.
Have you ever done that?
5 pages of. Oh yeah, well, there's that.
Have you ever done that where you start searching for something, get the wrong results, and then you have to be like, "Ooh, no, but that's a good term," and you start slowly, and next thing you know, here we are.
Back because if it goes game me like click back, and see.
There you go.
So good.
So we're gonna have to figure out something with this because, like, again, I'll take 3 good squirts to the mouth per Ravens loss or something to that effect, and also
yeah. All right.
Anyway, it was like $8 or something. We'll figure something out, but I'm glad you got some enjoyment out of that.
That was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Feeling quirky? Want to eat some jerky?
Hey, what?
Hold on. I got something this week.
I do. I'm so mad. Wednesday, it rained. The city was like half shut down on the George Washington Bridge for a protest that didn't happen because of the fucking rain. They were supposed to protest.
That's soft.
What? Yeah, if you're gonna do it, rain or shine. Come on, make it happen. I mean, the greatest story of the week by far, Scotty Scheffler.
Okay,
Scotty Scheffler assaulted a cop. He drove off with the guy like hanging on his thing, got arrested, put the jumpsuit on, and then went out and shot a 66. Unfucking believable. I didn't get arrested, and I shot an 85, so maybe I should have. 2 days later.
Every sports reporter that I've listened to that's commented on that has taken his side. It feels a little sucky-uppy. Like, we need this for the sport.
I mean, at the end of the day, if this was the NBA or like a cornerback, it wouldn't have gone down the same way. He wouldn't be out there playing that night or 4 hours later.
It was 5 hours later.
3 hours later, he was on the practice screen.
The best thing I heard was in jail, the sheriff or whoever turned to Scotty and said, "Do you want the full experience?" And he said yes, which was why he was in the orange jumpsuit. Not really? Because that's what they. Yeah, he was like, "Yeah, I want."
Care? Like,
no.
Oh, I wish I hadn't known that. But like, yeah, I mean, it's good to be the king. It's a whole different world when you're, tall, white, good-looking, and golfer. Okay, so I mean, I don't need to know a ton more about this, but Kid Rock pulls out a gun and repeatedly uses the N-word during a drunk, belligerent Rolling Stone interview.
Why did I not? When was this?
This happened today, 5:29 p.m.
Not even the worst thing to come out of any musical artist this past week, but okay.
So, yeah, he did that. There's a lot
Is that frowned upon?
The gun part, not ideal.
I'm just talking about if you're him, his target audience, they love that.
Maybe. So, Astros pitcher Ronel Blanco suspended 10 games after being ejected for foreign substance. The goddamn Astros, apparently, the ump goes, the stickiest substance I have ever seen. Yeah,
but what about the stuff on the baseball?
There's that.
After he threw a no-hitter earlier this year. Yeah. And he's a 31-year-old journeyman. Come on.
Of course he's cheating.
Remember when I said this? Your boy, Seth Lugo, he was at Met for a minute, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen what he's doing these days? And have you seen the spin rate on his baseballs? Remember me saying this now. He will pop at some point or his numbers go to shit. I guarantee it.
A teen on social media went viral after pulling a gun on himself and pulling the trigger. Guess what happened? He died!
How did his numbers do?
Excellent. Better than ours. But, I think he thought it was going to be a blank or something, but, yeah, he shot himself on fucking live TV.
Are you sure you're not thinking of the Tiger King guy?
I'm looking right at it. Teen accidentally kills himself on social media video. They're pointing a gun at his head. It's like a green light.
You know what? Do you know why, Zach? I would never ever own a gun in my house because I would 100% spin it around and shoot myself in the leg, guaranteed.
You have to do the cowboy thing, it's part of it. Yeah, and it's got to be much harder than they let it seem. I know you love this story, and as we're speaking about, commencement speakers and things like that. A cat called Max awarded an honorary doctorate from Vermont University for being friendly and welcoming to students and staff. So there's Dr. Max to you.
But The University of Vermont is the
No,
Catamount.
not the University of Vermont. Vermont State University.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they made a cat an honorary doctor. So
Did they get it? They did get up on the stage and meow a couple of times.
yeah, I don't think so.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I hate everything about that story.
I know. That makes it good.
Hmm.
The ship behind the bridge collapsed that was towed, the one that hit the one near Baltimore. Crew members were stuck on board for 55 days without cell phone service.
What did they do?
I don't know what they used to do in the old days. 55 days with no phone, no power on it. I don't know what I would do. My Wordle streak would go to shit.
In the Navy.
Exactly. That's all I think is my Wordle streak and one of my fantasy teams.
Wow.
55 days. That's not good.
Not
okay.
Great,
Harrison Butker, your boy, he had a nice commencement speech at Benedictine College. The nuns denounced it afterwards. He essentially went on a rant where he said he denounced abortion rights, Pride Month, COVID-19 lockdowns, tyranny of diversity and equality, and he said that women, their degrees are useless because they should just be homemakers. Now, apparently his mom is like an astrophysicist or something, so like an idiot. But yeah, why the hell is a college having Harrison Butker do their commencement? Did he even graduate? He's a kicker.
3-time, at least 2 Super Bowl rings. Good for him, right?
He's a kicker. 3 rings.
Zach, I heard a comedian do a good bit on it already. It's too good. The guy needs to work on his whole delivery because it took a long time to get there. Pot calling the kettle. He basically his punchline is, this is a guy who doesn't get hit when he's playing football. Isn't he the wife on the football team?
Oh, maybe. Donald
Seriously?
Trump, while filming Home Alone 2, offered to, apparently a big Daniel Stern fan, a big Wonder Years fan. He said, "Oh, why don't you come to the plaza with me and we'll give a drink?" Apparently, Daniel Stern and his buddies ran up a $7,000 tab. They said they drank everything until there was no more alcohol in the place. In 1990, another $7,000 bill? That's insane. He said he pulled one over on Trump. He says he's to this day still laughs about it.
That's good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I almost clicked the link. He was on, I think, the Yahoo front cover today for why. You know, he just. Oh, that's why he's promoting it. He just quit cold turkey, just right in the middle of everything, and just like, all right, I'm done with this.
And now, carjacker in L.A. steals LAPD vehicle with cops still inside, and then drags her down the road before crashing. The story is insane. This is the car ended up looking like. But yeah, who steals a cop car with the cop inside?
Where was the cop, in the passenger seat or the back?
Passenger seat. It's unclear if the officer was pushed, was dragged. Yeah, she tried to like jump out, non-life-threatening injuries. The alleged perp then plowed into multiple other cars and a scooter before crashing into a pole. So like, you could just walk into jail and said, here for a long time.
Seinfeld fall?
Yeah, like, just. What is the thinking to do that? All the cars to steal a cop with the cop in it? Chef's kiss. That's what I've got.
Before we get to what you're watching, did you see my promo for today's episode with the
hand thing? My mom commented.
Okay. Zach, I went to a seafood festival yesterday, and they were carding everybody and stamping hands. When's the last time you got a stamp on your hand?
It's been a really long time. Sunday. Although I did get carded at I guess, college-y style bar, because it was like graduation, so they carded everybody. That was like on Friday. But I
took a picture that I debated on even showing of the woman who I was standing next to when I was having her. She was so goddamn old, and she also had a Sunday stamp on her. I will text it to you personally. It was insane, because they say if they're not old to be your father, well, Grandpappy at the front door was stamping and carding everybody.
I say to her, "Come back next Sunday."
Couldn't believe it. Zach, what you watching?
So, my Knicks, Nishkit. They stink. Mets stink. So at this point, outside of the regular, I plowed through 6 episodes of Hacks. Fantastic.
Okay.
It's as good as it's been. It's as she is the most charming thing in the world. Christina Hendricks is. Have you seen this whole season so far yet, or not?
We literally just finished the 5th season where they were in the woods. So stop if you're past that.
Yes. You didn't see the golf episode?
I haven't, but my
golf and Christina Hendricks lesing out. You got me.
Episode 2 in the shower. I have one word, 2 syllables. Tiddies. Woof.
Yeah. So the hot one is good. So the character in the show, I can't believe she went for it.
I also was like, this is season 3? She's still doing this?
She went for it. I haven't seen her. Did she show her titties in other episodes? I don't think so.
Season 1, I think she did. Where I was like, oh, okay.
And I sort of forgot that Sweet D is the daughter. She's incredible.
You forgot because you also don't remember, I've told you 1,000 times, that the guy who knocked her up is a UFC fighter, Paul Felder. It's great. He does commentary.
Sweet D?
In the show.
Yeah.
Remember there was a whole MMA episode?
Right.
That guy was like a top 5 guy forever and now does commentary. So every time we see him, even Julia goes, is that Paul Felder? I'm like, that is Paul Felder. He's great.
Felder? Nice Jewish boy?
No. He's the Irish dragon from Philly. You'll see him and go, he's not.
But no, she's excellent. But the show is as funny as it gets. Even the opening scene goes, he smelled like she smell like onions. You're working with Deborah Vance? Like that. They can't make fun of her hands. Those are grandfathered in. It's so good.
The hand jokes are really good. I was going to tell you, I didn't know if it was back. The only thing I want to talk about, I'm curious, can you help me out? June 27th is a very special night because it is season 3 of The Bear. They're dropping all the episodes. The same night, suspend who you're rooting for, suspend what you're thinking. It is the first Biden-Trump debate with RFK on the stage. How is that not must-see TV?
You mean you could just put the Mike Tyson fight on and you've got a whole weekend planned? That is must-see TV. Right. Although the Biden thing is going to be boring, I bet. I think you're out of
your mind.
I'll watch it. I'll watch that over The Bear because you can watch The Bear anytime. That's appointment TV, the Biden thing.
Exactly, appointment
TV.
I
wish they didn't know the questions ahead of time. Like me, I want to go in cold. They should want to go in cold because then you're going to get honest answers, not scripted ones.
Pishadoo of the week. Not a great week. I got 10 candidates scraped together. This is first candidate. This is a story from a couple weeks ago. Apple revealed this new promotion for their new iPad where they use like 4 or 5 different emojis, like a guitar, a face, a piece of food, and they just squeeze them and out comes the new iPad. And they got backlash like, are you trying to uninspire creativity? And they're like, we're sorry. Fuck people, right?
People who just want to be offended and like want to be soft. There's soft tacos out there.
Oh, soft tacos.
They never get told.
I agree with you about that. Can't read my writing for the next one. Oh,
yep.
Dan Quinn, the new Washington Commanders head coach, was wearing a sweatshirt. It had a big W with the Redskin tail feathers kind of hanging off the side of it.
Don't hate it.
I don't know if that was official licensed NFL gear. Are we okay with that? Or if we do W with the tail and then it says Commanders underneath of it?
Do I give a shit if it's licensed? Either way, I don't hate that.
I'm saying
I like the homage.
You like the homage, which...
Well, I mean, I would get a Chief Wahoo hat still if I lived in Cleveland. So you can't go by me.
That's very true. Did you see that King Charles just released his first official painting, portrait, whatever?
It's literally fire.
It's literally blood. It's called King Charles Bathing in Blood.
It's fire. Guy looks like he's a fucking... It looks like the thing that's in... what was the Devil's Advocate or something?
Good reference with Pacino. Yeah.
It looks like the painting he had.
It's supposed to be like... It looks like Dante's Inferno in blood. It's so freaking weird. Not to mention, he's in his late 70s and has prostate cancer. Mm-hmm. How many more pictures do you think he's getting?
Not many, so make him last. By the way, you get that of you don't hang it on the wall? In 2 seconds, you put that thing up.
Yeah, but I don't commission this and have it as my first painting. I would do something tasteful, like a Baltimore Orioles shirt and an Old Bay bucket cap or something, you know?
I would have me as Vigo.
Ghostbusters. You're so old. Next candidate.
You got it.
The Green Bay Packers are going to be allowing people. This could be a joke, but the Green Bay Packers are going to be allowing people to smoke vapes, Delta 8, and cigarettes in the stands during games.
It's awful. That is awful. I mean, at that point, you might as well let them smoke Winston's. Like, what's the difference?
Isn't cigarettes Winston's?
Yeah. It's like the oldest type I could think of.
Stay with me. I saw a video, it could have been a joke, of a girl who got pulled over, and she's yelling at the cop and goes, "Do you know who my father is?" And his response was, "Why, did your mother not tell you?" Which was the perfect insult to that.
I guess I had to, that's like Mahoney. That's like Police Academy.
It may have been completely fake, but do you know where I'm going with this? I have never heard anybody ever say, "Do you know who my father is?" But clearly they do it. What the fuck?
I know who your father is.
I knew you were going to say, like, "Do you know who my father is?" Like, yeah, heard a lot about him.
That's
tough
why
guy.
I pulled you over. Hey, no tough guy from the neighborhood.
This past weekend, hey, you want to make the Guinness Book of World Records? Because this past weekend in Kyle, Texas, they got together, as many Kyles as possible, going to break the record of the most people with the same name held by Ivans in Bosnia that they did a couple of years ago. I texted my one friend Kyle, who said they do this every year. The results are in, Zach. They were 1,500 Kyles short of the record.
Good. I want Ivan to keep it. Who the hell is T-Bone? Like him.
T-Bone. Tan. He's the greatest.
Yeah.
He's funny.
T-Bone.
He is a T-Bone. I mentioned the artist of the week that really made the news. Have you not been following the Sean Puff Daddy Combs drama that's been going on?
Oh, he went full Ray Rice.
I think Ray Rice looked good compared to what Diddy did. Because at least he was done the beating at the elevator. Diddy then was throwing a glass vase at this lady. And I said vase, not vase.
I think I said vase.
It was in 2016.
Yeah.
He released a statement back then this has never happened. It's all fake. I can't believe what she's saying. He has since paid the woman out, and now there's video evidence. Don't get me wrong.
Bad.
Oh, you don't even need sound.
No.
She looked dead. She looked dead.
No, she's crying.
That first one on the ground. Just remember, don't forget my stance on any type of crime committed by a celebrity. I'm okay with everything they did before the crime. I'll be missing you, still a banger.
So you're full-on Kanye fan still?
Of his stuff, has he made anything since he's gone crazy? The answer is nothing I listen to.
A couple Hanukkah albums, but that was it.
One of my favorite comedians made a joke about this, and he said, if we're going to start canceling for people what they did whenever, Pythagoras, he was stooping young boys. Then he came up with the theorem, and we forget all about it. I'm like,
that's why he did it. He was like moving them around different directions.
Trying to figure out which one.
Yeah. 69, 29, 9. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if you saw this. It's so good. But there was a good old-fashioned catfight in Congress with AOC and Marjorie Taylor Greene. Did you see or hear this?
No. What's your number to watch them get in the ring? What do you pay to go to that fight? No rules, just UFC style, beat the shit out of each other. Old school.
It's high 3 digits. Like, wait, on like pay-per-view, or I have to go?
No, you're going. It's a block from your house. It's at Monmouth Park.
That is a block from my house.
I know.
I don't know, but sure.
It goes the distance. It goes 3 good rounds. Get your money's worth. Oh, I go high 3 digits. Maybe for me, G.
Was it a lay and pray fight?
Yeah.
Zach, the two of them are yelling at each other. I don't know who said what. One called the other baby girl. The other one came back with a fake eyelashes comment, and they started screaming at each other.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was about AOC. I just thought it was Marjorie. I thought mine heard Marjorie Taylor Greene's side. I didn't realize it was for. You know the sick thing? I don't want to say which one of them I like more.
I think they're both great.
Yeah, well, like one of them at least has Jewish space lasers. That's true. The one from the Bronx it's pretty tough on cats.
Silver medalist that I heard this past weekend. I don't know why this bothers me. One of my patient's sons is going to Vegas
with land.
One of his rich friends. The rich friend is flying them all out there, putting them up, paying for all their dinners, and giving everybody $1,000 of spending cash, walk around, gamble, whatever.
A per diem?
I think that's insulting.
Why?
Why? Because if this guy has so much money and he wants to share it with you, I would, in a million years, like, it feels like you're saying, I can't afford to gamble. You're giving me $1,000, which means I'm probably going to, that's how much I'd probably bring on a trip like that anyways. Right?
No, you bring your own grand. You put his grand on one bet.
So you know what I said to my lady? I said, I would hate that because I know one of my friends would be like 1,000, or like a Mike Simon who would just put the whole thing in his pocket and be like, I lost it.
Yeah, he's paying plenty blackjack downstairs in the old biddies. Yeah, so if I was going to go on a real gambling trip, I would see it as like, yeah, go fuck around. Don't let this be your spending money for the weekend. Go put this on one thing and see what you got. I wouldn't put on something safe. I wouldn't go like, the Chiefs to beat, Jaguars. No, I'd go put it on like one number or something. Hope for the best. See where that goes. What would you do with it? Or option B, the full Milo. You're in Vegas. You got $1,000 in your pocket.
I would take another 1,000 and I'd go to the cat house. That's 100%.
2,000? That's the Lamar Odom.
I want the full experience. The guy said, it's yours whenever you want.
It's true. I think he said, this isn't going to get it done for me. You know what? I bet he gives you another 1,000.
I will have you vote on all these candidates, but there's only one right answer, and it's the end of it. Happy belated birthday to my 8-year-old nephew, Bryson, who had a birthday party yesterday. He's not a big cake guy, so they got him a donut.
What is he a big? He's not a big this. He's not a big that. This kid's a small everything.
Bryson's the best. He likes Monopoly. I'll tell you that much. If you ever want to play 4 hours of Monopoly, he's down. My sister got him.
Find me. You know where I live, Bryson.
My sister
got him. I do a lot of talking.
A donut with a candle in it, and light it. All the kids sing happy birthday. Another kid leans in and blows his candle out.
What a dick.
Bryson, most mad because he turned to the kid and said, you stole my wish.
Wow. There's a lot going on there. It is perfectly justifiable to just crack him in the face.
Like full-blown fist, right?
Just crack him right there without hesitation. Say nothing. Then say, light it again.
As somebody who has said once, I don't need a party for me, but I will make a party about me.
I would never do that.
That's pretty bad, right?
That's the worst thing you can do. That's worse than stealing someone's girlfriend.
Ready for some inside baseball?
How old did he turn?
8.
Well, and you know what? It's even worse? Happy birthday. I sold your bike. That's inside baseball.
Growing up, we used to go to my bubby's every Friday night, and we would do a non-religious just dinner get-together, and there was 10 grandchildren. So you figure there's a birthday coming for somebody, a parent, a kid, pretty much every other week. We would say happy birthday to the person, turn the lights off, blow out the candles, and then turn the lights back on. Somebody would be crying and go, okay, now let's do Ashley. We'd turn the lights off, light the candle again, happy birthday, blow it out. Okay, now let's do Amanda. When we had one birthday, we had 22 birthdays every Friday night. I would
never have allowed that. Let him cry. Builds character, Samantha. Cry it out.
Do you want me to read them?
Yeah, I forgot what they were.
The Apple apologized for the iPad ad. Dan Quid, his Redskins sweatshirt, because it is. King Charles bathing in blood portrait. I think this is real. The Green Bay allowing cigs, vapes, and Delta 8s.
Don't like it.
Anybody who says, do you know who my father is? A bunch of cows getting together in Texas. Diddy beating the bejesus out of that woman, saying he didn't do it at the time, but now he's repented and got some help. We have the chaos that AOC and Marjorie Taylor Greene had. We had getting $1,000 from a friend to go to Vegas, which if you're going to give me money, give me 10 grand. Let's really do this. And Bryson getting his candle blown out by one of his friends.
Kyle's. No, it's Bryson, the poor bastard. It's that kind of thing that sends a kid to therapy. Or like on a 6-state shooting spree. The kid stole my wish on my 8th birthday. Understandable, go on free. You're just like Scotty Scheffler. Want the full experience? You can go play golf in the afternoon.
Boo's your dad of the podcast. Thanks for listening to tonight's episode. We had fun. We're going to keep doing this because we love all of you and everything that you're doing. Zach, Memorial Day weekend is coming. Hamburger or hot dog?
For Memorial Day, I'm a dog guy. For barbecues.
And Labor Day, does it change?
Yes. Sushi. I don't know. It can be golf. Golf and whatever my mom serves me.
Correct answer is a 1/4 pounder BBC hot dog. We out.
BBC.